is Todd Bright. Welcome to Redline Live. This is our all-in gesture Q&A / feedback session. So we have members submit their drawings every week, usually. We try to get to this every week. So we have a nice little collection of drawings since we missed last week. But yeah, so we have some fun stuff to look at and go over. We just had a great session we're doing a back to school month here at All in Gesture, and all of our themes have to do with school. Yeah. And just today we did janitor, which is cool. And we actually have a few janitor drawings to look at. And last week we did Miss Frizzle, and we did, what was the other one? School of Rock. So check in that chat. Hello, Alex. Awesome. And Erica is here. I don't have YouTube up in front of me, unfortunately, but for those of you who are joining us on YouTube, thank you and welcome. And yeah, you can definitely check in, go to allingesture.com, and yeah, come get with a crazy group of artists. Yeah, that's what we do. We are crazy. All right, well, we're gonna draw. Let's go over some stuff, shall we? Any day now. There we go. Oh, there we go. There's my button. Yay. Okay, so without further ado, what do we have here? We have some great stuff. Alexandra, welcome to the crew, Alexandra. Thank you for submitting your lovely work here. Really strong drawings. Sorry, I didn't realize I had a frog in my throat after our session we just finished. But you know, I really love the rhythm in your drawings. Really strong line of action, really nice. And so yeah, really nice work. Let's see, what can we pick on here? Let's see. I'm gonna shrink this down just a second. There we go. I was looking at, I think, just a few little things, you know. This one is tricky to me, and it's silhouette. I think a little bit of silhouette kind of feedback here. Let me get a little brush tool. I wonder if, you know, looking at this drawing here, if it's that we can push. Hey Sly, I see you in the chat. Welcome in. Just silhouette wise, I'm tempted to, and maybe the model did have his head, and I tried to hook up a new cam today because I feel like sometimes I'm doing these whole body poses here. I think the model probably did have his head like below his shoulders and that kind of a vibe, you know what I mean? But I feel like as a drawing, maybe we need to whatchamacallit, just mess with that silhouette a little bit, you know, and just kind of, and these are just little things that we kind of get into. I don't have the pose in front of me. I wish I did. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I kind of wonder if we could still get that hunched over, rocked out passion moment, and just bring that head over the horizon there of his back, just to break that plane, whoop, whoop, right? Just to get that silhouette on there. Let's see, I'm gonna mess with my brush size here. Sorry, I'm not happy with the thickness of that. There we go. But yeah, just kind of bringing it up and over his shoulders a little bit. And I wonder if we could do something interesting with, again, I don't have the pose in front of me, but I almost want to separate that elbow out, you know, and maybe you could bring the guitar. It's just a quick little silhouette note. I'll say that like 50 times already, but you know what I mean. So yeah. And he could still be rocking out, you know, looking down at his guitar, his axe, right? And maybe his hair is long, which he was. The model we had, that Jack Black. Well, we even had longer hair than Jack Black. But he could still be looking down, you know, and into the moment. But just to break that silhouette, and I think that arm needs to read just a little bit more, you know. And even if you're bringing that shoulder out, I do like where your shoulder's at, so maybe bring that out, I don't know. Yeah, just to exaggerate, and, you know, that readability with silhouette really helps. Let's see, so moving on. Let me move that little doodle out of the way there. Let's see. And down here, there's some, this is just a planes thing. This is something that sticks out to me. I think when you think of, not planes, I'm sorry, angles, when you think of angles of like the head and the shoulder relationship and things like that, sometimes when things are similar, and I'm going to look at this drawing down here, sometimes when things are similar, like I look at these, the shoulder and the head plane, hips are pretty cool, but I kind of wonder if the head and the shoulder is getting a little flat there, and if it's an opportunity just to keep what you have at the shoulder there. That's cool. And that's a big moment, a big pose from the model. But just to, you know, mess with it a little bit and do some variance with angle, you know, and you could have the hair flowing, you know. I forget what he was wearing. I think he was wearing a jacket and a tie or something, or a bow tie. You know. But yeah, I think just watching angles and just like, you know, are they too flat? Meaning too similar. I hope that makes sense. That was just, I'm like, I'm just nitpicking, you know. I really like your drawings, and I think they're really fun. And like this one over here, like you totally did that same thing we just talked about. So, you know, the angles like this, the shoulders like that. You have some variance, which really helps it out. I love the rhythm of this guy down here on the bottom left. I love that rhythm of that leg and that back, just that nice flow. So really nice stuff last week. I kind of wonder, and this might be a pushing it of the pose kind of a thing. I kind of wonder if like him playing the guitar from his back there. Gosh, I do wish I had that in front of me, because it's such a complicated pose. He's drawing his guitar backwards. I kind of wonder if we can get more of that hunched over feeling. It's like he's like, you know, like dropping that head down. I don't know. Because it's such an awkward pose. And I don't mean that with your drawing. I mean like for somebody to strike that pose is such an awkward thing to play guitar behind your back. I kind of wonder if we could reverse maybe that and drop his head down like he's just, you know, but anyway. So yeah, that's all. That's all I got. Lovely drawings. Lovely, lovely. And I felt like you had a question in your email, but I can't remember. Ah, crud. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Cool. Alex, and just checking that chat, she says, yes, I see. I struggle with having a cartoony mannequin sometimes and push the mannequin. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you have an actual mannequin? Like one of those bendy wood things, or we're just thinking of the general thought of that? Okay, I'm going to move on to our next artist here, but thank you, Alexandra, and welcome to our crazy crew. Mr. Dory. So last week's model theme was Miss Frizzle. Very fun. And let's see. I think overall, Dory, the pose is pretty strong, man. It was a very simple pose from our model. I think maybe just pushing some, at least, you have a few more drawings that I want to take a look at that are really nice. They're really nice. I think it's just some structural stuff for this kind of a thing. I think her arm here got a little short. Proportional stuff. Gosh, what was... She had long sleeves, right, Miss Frizzle? Yeah. Great costume last week. And our model, Kelly, really played a great character with her. Really fun. It's kind of like this one piece kind of a thing. Yeah, I like the foot up vibe she had there, her heels on. Just, and I'm just nitpicking, buddy. Like, this is a few proportional things. So I'm just nudging and adjusting. Because sometimes it's good to have simple poses and stuff. Like, you don't have to go crazy all the time. But just a little nudge, and she had that great collar, I think, right? Let's see here. Yeah, so I think the torso got a little bit short, and a little cartoony here. And she had that fun hair. Let's see. Yeah, I love the hair shape you have here. Really cool. She had that, I think it was a bun, right? Or a ponytail? I think it was a bun. All right, so I'll quit picking on this one, but yeah, just little things. Just watch those proportions. I went ahead and bent that wrist out. I'm just trying to think what would be a good presentational wrist. You know, like, where's my camera here? You know, just little things. Sometimes little subtleties, like maybe you want to play with, you know, instead of straight, you know, or a curvy hand, more like breaking the wrist, like ta-da, you know, like how would you do that? Like that kind of a thing. Yeah, so let's move on. Very nice. A fun costume. And I know this was your theme, Dory, that you had suggested, and I love that. And just so you guys know, our members give theme suggestions on our Discord, and it's really awesome. Come on there, Photoshop, don't freak out on me. Hang on one second, guys, a little tech thing here. Yeah, there we go, okay. Well, all right, I'm causing problems. All right, here we go. All right, so this one's cool. I love the hunch in the back, man. I think you got it. I wish we had like a real bus that day. This was our bus driver. So basically we had Miss Frizzle was a bus driver, and we had a janitor today. Some of the unsung heroes that help schools to be awesome. It's not just teachers, right? Although she's a teacher too. Double duty. Let's see here. What am I doing? I think I got my legs crossed here. All right, so looking at, this is just a plane thing, like ground plane thing, right? I love the hunch you have, really nice. I might push her head, got a little small, but I do like the bend you have. The arm got a little small. And I think instead of, like, I kind of went flat there, so maybe that was the wrong call. Let's see. But the arm got a little tiny feeling. Sorry, I kind of jumped topics here. I was going to talk about that ground plane. But if I'm going to think about, if you're choosing this angle of the steering wheel, it's like what's the best solution, the most dramatic thing like the bus driver can be doing, you know? Is it going to come at us, or is it going to be more of a plane? Here, let's switch cameras here. You know what I mean? Like, is it going to be more like steering, like, you know, if she's turning, you know, is it going to be up or down or coming at us, or, you know, what's her flavor you want to choose here? If I'm going to go more up to get that kind of vibe, maybe the shoulder will come up as well, you know, just to get that hand placement to work. Because if you're going to lock your arms on an object or a prop, it's like it needs to, you know, and I'm just doing different stuff to do it, but I think really thinking about that object and how you're gonna, I gave her some pipes here. Anyway, so the arm looks small-ish, but I kind of wonder if just playing with those proportions, and you could definitely make different choices than I just did, because I like the way you have that reverse elbow back there. That's pretty cool. I like that better than what I did, but all that to say, lock it onto that object, and that will help define the drawing. The legs, I'm just going to fart with here a little bit. I'm going to pretty much keep the gas pedal one, which would be her leg closest to us, right? She had those high heels on, which is funny. And then the ground plane thing is just bringing it back here to make sure. And if her foot's back here, I think that's totally cool. Just raise it up a little higher on that ground plane because they're a little bit even there. Yeah, thinking it, like mine got too short, but the it's this relationship here, like how far back is it compared to this one? Okay, so that's all. A little bit of proportion, a little bit of ground plane. Moving on, but I love the exaggeration you have in her lean. I think that was probably the most important thing. And then it's just locking it in. So that's all. Good. And I just love this one. I thought it was really fun. So very cool. Just watch those torso proportion, but that's just me being picky. I think it was overall pretty awesome. So nice one, dude. All right, moving on. Miss Erica. So Erica's are from today's session of the janitor vibe, and this one was really fun. Really good energy in your poses. I'm gonna look at. I love this one. Great one. I thought you captured what our model Ralph was doing. He was for those of you who don't know, I don't have the screen grab, but the he had that nice push of that mop handle or squeezer thing, and it was really cool pose. I think you captured it really well. That's looking good. Really nice, confident lines. This one, almost just to push it for pushing its sake, but I kind of want to see what I did. hang on 1 second here. Because I wonder if we can get a little bit more. I thought our model had a great idea to dance with the mop. And since I don't have the drawing in front of me, or the model pose in front of me, I'm just kind of curious what I did here. I probably want to push mine too. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he kind of did like a dip. Yeah, I didn't like mine either, but I did kind of dip him a little bit more. Like he did this fun like spinning around, you know, thing, and then he dipped his dance partner down, you know, like, you know. And I kind of wonder if we could push a little bit more of that back kind of thing to make it a little bit more intimate with our mop character. But again, just me being picky, did some really nice work today. Yeah, how can we do that? Yeah, I think mine was too much. Almost looks like mine is falling. But I kind of wonder if we can... I love your arm here. Really nice energy in that arm. I like how you have, and maybe Ralph did that. Yeah, I want to go back in and look at that drawing myself. I feel like I could have done better. But just to get that dip in there. And what you did so nice was you captured that relationship of the head of the two characters there, and that eye contact we talk about so much. I think you did that really well. And I feel like I want to do a bit more of a lean, just to give that dramatic, beautiful finish of the dip. It's like, I don't know why I'm humming Once Upon a Dream. Holding his mop by the back of the mop head here, with the mop hair flowing down. I love that you did that, and I'm just pushing everybody back a little bit more. There's something cool about the arm that you did. I love that reverse. I don't know if that reads or not, but I like it. Yeah, I feel like it's like I just want a little bit more of that that energy going forward. So I kind of brought that foot back. It's like the end of the dance move there. And I think as artists, and when you animate, you kind of have to do it. Like you get up, and you act out the scene. And it's like, if I'm acting out the scene, and I do the spin, and and then I do the dip, I could feel that energy going forward, as the with my dance partner mop, wish I had the mop. It's over there. Anyway, going forward and coming down, and you're going to feel that arc of the back, and that leg is dragging back here. Where are you? There you are. The leg is dragging in the back, and you're kind of getting this moment, So anyway, it helps to get up and move around a little bit. But yeah, I'll quit doodling on it. But really nice work. You're just, Erica's very prolific. Is that the right word? Somebody who draws a lot. And just the growth has been so fun to watch. So great work. Mr. Corey submitted a lot of drawings. So I'm going to try to go through this stuff. Dude, another prolific artist here. Mr. Corey, kicking butt, doing lots of work. This is from School of Rock. This was the theme that we did 2 weeks ago. And just really fun energy in these, man. I know these are our quickies here. Not a lot of time for detail, but this is gesture drawing, so that's all right. But just love that lean back, and the one on the left there, that really cool. The one over there has a nice lean. Same thing with like talking about Erica's drawing there. Just pushing it a little bit. Like rockers are so exaggerated on the stage, like a theater actor. Like they have to exaggerate their silhouette or their action so that people all the way in the back of the theater or the, you know, amphitheater, whatever rock and roll places are, you know, arena. People all the way in the cheap seats, right, can see you and feel that pose and that energy, and rockers are awesome at that, right? And I kind of wonder, this is just me being picky, brother, all right? But like just maybe pushing that lean a little bit, you know, to kind of get that energy, you know. Again, get out of your seat, you know, nobody's going to judge you. Maybe they will, I don't know. Your cat, your dog, your family, I don't know. But get out of your seat, like do some rocking out, you know. And how does that feel? It's like, oh, I'm bending my leg, I'm leaning all my body weight over, you know. But again, being a little picky here. A little picky, because really nice drawings. Good energy, confident. Man, you guys are growing. All right, so, and here's a nice page of some stuff. Oh, I like the, we were just talking about the, here, I'll lighten these up a second. There we go. We're just talking about that behind the back one there. I like this choice you did, Corey. I love that straight, like he's strumming. I'm looking at this one down here. I just love that strumming kind of thing that really makes it read, you know. You could tell he's playing a guitar backwards and he's not just trying to hold something and without falling down, you know. So that was a pretty cool choice. Yeah, there you go. There's a good lean here. And this guy here, right? Really, really cool. Yeah. Let's get a little bit of rhythm in those legs, dude. All right. You had shorts on, right? Yeah. Yeah, man. Your proportions are looking so much growth there, which is great. Getting a little bit more anatomy introduced into your rhythm there as you continue to push stuff. Really cool. Let's see. What else? Those look pretty good, man. I wish I had the pose in front of me. Let me pick on this one in the upper right here. I'm gonna put it in the center here. I would, and I caught this myself today in a few of my drawings. I was just like, oh, wait a second, the main focus and the energy of this pose is in the head, and I should have leaned and made the head more, you know. Like if he's singing and he's putting every ounce of energy into that mic moment there. You know, he's just, take this light here. Like everything's going forward, you know, from his toes to his face, you know. And I kind of wonder if we could do that with your drawing here, okay? Just like bringing his head out here. And I love the lean you have, very cool, very awesome. Obviously he needs to bend that leg. I love the mic stand moment here. But basically, it's almost like he wants to eat that microphone or just be inside it, you know? Like you want to just really, you know, and I don't want to change what you did here with the hand. That's totally fine. You can make all of that work. So I'm just going to try to throw that on there, and I think I did a bad job. Crap. Hang on. Yeah, I don't need to change the placement for the placement's sake, so I don't want to mess with that. But let's see. So he's got that lean. Oh, I see what you did there. Okay. So he has that other arm back here. But just basically it's like just putting that energy in that face and that mic. Like everything leads to that, you know? And Walt Stansfield would do that in a lot of his correction drawings or suggestion drawings, right? Just really simple. It's almost like an arrow. Everything's pointing in that direction, you know? Cool? Clear as mud? All right, and today's stuff, and I think this is it for today. This was our janitor theme. Very cool, a really nice sweeping there. Yeah, really nice. I love him cleaning off the the graffiti, very cool. And the sweep motion down there is very nice, did a great job. I love the defeated look and that second pose, almost he's just like leaning against the wall, like, exhausted, you know. Again, I'm just gonna pick a little bit, just feeling that moment. I think I like the drawing of him with the rag slung over his shoulder, but I almost feel like the way you have his arm drop there, I love it. I almost wonder, like pushing it even further into exhaustion. You know, I'm just pushing your idea here, but solid drawing. And I just kind of wonder, acting wise, can we push him over a little bit, you know, and then have the maybe drop that shoulder. What will that do? And then he's slinging the rag. I love how you drop that arm straight down. I don't remember that, so I feel like that was a great addition. And then that feeling of exhaustion, you know, like you just totally scrubbed this graffiti off this wall and he's just kind of over it. But yeah, that's all. Just pushing your idea, you know, since we're doing feedback and stuff. But yeah, hunching him over, you know. But that's it. I'm just pushing a little, but nothing major. So yeah, but that's it. That's all I got. Yeah. And let me check that chat one more time here. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming in today and submitting some drawings. Sorry, I'm like close up in the camera there. Whoa. Just checking that chat. But yeah, thank you, Corey, for coming in. Really nice drawings this week. Mary Beth, thank you for coming in. Awesome. And Alex, that was your first time, I think, right? Or was that second? But yeah, anyway, really great. Appreciate you guys. And I'm going to do, you know, and you can go, you know, but I meant to do this earlier in our bigger class, but I've been farting around with the idea, and this is nothing to do with, we're going to take a poll here in our chat. Let's see if we could do this. Option 1. I might rename our class back to, our feedback session back to Feedback Frenzy. And this it's not a big deal in life. But I want to see, based on the few of you who are here, what your idea is. Do you like Feedback Frenzy? And I could do polls here. And let's do this if you're still here. Hang on, I'm doing typing. This is why I'm not in the frame right now. Hello. And there we go. Open the poll. Okay, so there might be a poll in your chat, I think, right now. So maybe for those of you who are in our, where is it? Yeah, in our membership chat. If you could give me a 5-second poll there. Who likes the name Redline Live? Because it's basically nothing's going to change, just the name. Or we might not change the name. I don't know. But it used to be called Feedback Frenzy, and it was kind of a different format that we did. And this has taken a life of its own the last couple of years, or a year and a half or something, since we've been doing a feedback session. And I always like the name Feedback Frenzy, but then we changed it to Redline Live, because Redline is like a term where you do like drawovers and things, and we thought it sounded cool. But anyway, I'm just being a nerd, and it's not an important thing in the world, but I'm just curious what you guys think. So far, 50-50. We got 50% Redline Live and 50% Feedback Frenzy. What the? Come on, guys. What do we name it? But yeah, so maybe we'll take a larger poll. So 50-50 doesn't help me so far, guys. Come on. We'll call it Redline Frenzy. I don't know what that means, but anyway, all that to say, I was like, I've always wanted to do one of these poll things, and we just never did it. So, okay, we have Feedback Frenzy 57% and Redline Live 42%. Yeah, Feedback Frenzy just sounds more cartoony to me. Redline Live is very serious, you know. But I'm gonna continue to change the format of this feedback session to introduce a few more things, like we have a more structured universe at All in Gesture, and I want to hone this in a little bit. So thanks for your extra time today, and so we're going to close the polls, publish the results, it says. Let's do that. So far, Feedback Frenzy has won, and maybe we'll do another poll with the whole class next week or something like that. But yeah, I'm leaning towards Feedback Frenzy, but I don't know why I care. So yeah, I need somebody else. I need your artist brains to help me figure this out. Or maybe I'm obsessing over nothing. Anyway, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for submitting your work. Beautiful stuff. And yeah, that's all I got. We will talk to you guys next week. All right, have a great weekend. Thanks, guys.